Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Jaeger-LeCoultre Grande Reverso 976 80th Anniversary Limited Edition. You can see this one of 80 limited edition Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso on our website, watchyouwant.com. You can purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click the card in the upper right-hand corner of this video at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional photographs, accessories included, and of course, full pricing details. Now, on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this is first and foremost a Grande Reverso 976. Now, it's worth mentioning that the Reverso's core claim to fame, beyond the fun story of its origin as one of the original sports watches, or its longevity as an icon of Art Deco design, is the simple fact that its case proportions closely parallel what's known as the golden section, or sometimes referred to as the golden rectangle in this application. Now, the 976 case comes closest to emulating the golden section of any Reverso built in the second half of the 20th century to present. Now, if the golden section itself is 1.618, it's worth noting that the aspect ratio of this case is actually 1.617, so virtually identical. That mathematically pleasing proportion is in evidence here, and it shows to great effect on this 80th anniversary limited edition. Now, what does that come out to in terms of absolute dimensions? Well, it comes out to a case that is 48.5 millimeters from lug to lug. It is 10.5 millimeters thick, so with a sloped case flank, this is an easy watch to fit under any kind of formal cuff or sleeve. The Reverso, especially in rose gold, is ideal for that application. And then, not counting the crown, it is 30 millimeters across the broad of the case. It's often difficult to describe the precise fit of a Reverso because oftentimes it comes down not so much to the size of a wrist, mine is 16 centimeters in circumference, but the actual shape of the wrist. Mine is quite flat across the top. And for that reason, I'm able to wear a broad range of Reverso cases, even some of the larger ones like this. If your wrist is flat across the top, or if you have an oval wrist in cross-section, you're going to find that the Reverso is a good match. Now, the strap does conform to the end of the case. It does close the gap between the strap end and the lugs, such as they are. So the watch has a very integrated look. There's really no daylight showing between the end of the strap and the case itself. It's also mentioned, or worth mentioning, that the lugs are drilled relatively high, so the precise fit of the strap around a wrist is going to be individual based on whether or not you're comfortable with that drilling point. Of course, Watch You Want does offer a no questions asked return policy, so you can simply bring the watch home to test its fit and know that it's right for you. Now, it does have a little bit of virtual flare. That is, the strap does want to flare out a bit beyond the outright dimensions of the case, so the watch wears still a little bit bigger than its 48.5 millimeter lug-to-lug dimension, but the strap is a beautiful piece. It's a gorgeous monotone stitch, bolstered chocolate alligator leather. Now, it is rectangular scale. On the bottom, a very smooth calfskin. You can see this watch is one of 80 made to celebrate the 80th anniversary of the Reverso in 2011. 2016 is the 85th anniversary of the Reverso. So in this, the 85th anniversary year, we do look back to the last anniversary, and we find that this is one of the rarest and most subtle tribute models. But in addition to the R at the station of the numeral 8 on the dial, symbolizing 80 years, it does have a few other refinements. Most notably, rather than the pin buckle often seen on the Reverso 976, this anniversary edition features a more robust, more deluxe, and quite a bit more valuable 18-karat rose gold double deployant clasp rather than a pin buckle. Now, it does maintain the low profile of a pin buckle when it's actually closed, so it doesn't mar the classical lines of the watch on the wrist, but it does provide a good deal more security when you are putting it on or taking it off. No accidental dropping here. Now, the dial is the classic image of the Art Deco Reverso. Simple Arabic numerals flanking a guilloche inner dial with a sunken subdial for seconds. Now, the hands are broadsword style at center, heat oxidized to create that blue effect that you see. And of course, there's a subtle, wonderfully discreet Jaeger-LeCoultre marquee and corporate name at 12 o'clock. Now, the classic gadrons, the rectilinear contrast with the horizontal upward thrust of the case, are present and correct. They're deep and they're beautifully made, in this case entirely executed by Jaeger-LeCoultre. They do the buckle, they do the case, they do the movement. They are a complete manufacturer, and it's worth mentioning that as a complete manufacturer, they've produced the unique Reverso 976 caliber that lends the model its name. It has a nice feature that allows you to effectively adjust the time hours and minutes, hack the seconds. By pulling the crown all the way out, you see you can actually stop the seconds hand and precisely synchronize the watch to a reference clock, or you can take the crown to its second position, and if you're a frequent traveler, you can adjust the hour hand independently of the minutes hand. Note that it does not stop the balance, so you don't actually disrupt the timing of the watch or the amplitude of the balance while you are jumping forward or backwards through time zones. And the machine that provides the motive force is the namesake Caliber 976. Now, it's basically the heart of a sports watch, being descended from the Caliber 975 Auto-Tractor automatic. It has a free-sprung balance Rolex style. It also has a modern 4 Hz or 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate for chronometric precision. It's also a full balance bridge, so it does a better job of attenuating shock. And the hairspring, laser welded at the stud and the collet, essentially both ends of the hairspring, is well set and braced against shock displacement. Now, the movement itself is a manual wound version of an automatic, so it does retain the 48-hour power reserve of the original automatic, the Auto-Tractor caliber, which is substantially more still than the industry standard 42. As a manual wound watch, it is a pleasure to wind. The crown has nice crisp detents as you wind. The ratchet wheel is a pleasure. It does have just enough creaminess to maintain the upscale appeal of this Reverso variant, and you can see the carriage beneath the case with the traditional engine-turned perlage finish. Everything about this Reverso 976 limited edition of 80 pieces is elegant, classical, and enduring. Even the nod to the anniversary is subtle enough that if you blink or you're not looking for it, you will miss it. This is a timeless classic. You can see it, you can take it home on our website, watchyouwant.com.